what I'd like to see you do is, try to keep your steel with you along with the knives you're using for the day. The more you use your steel, the less you're going to have to use your stone. The less you have to use your stone to sharpen your knife, the longer your knives are going to last. Simple as that. Okay. So what do we do with all this extra fat here? This type of fat, I'm not really going to be saving it for anything. So that's just going to go to the garbage. Now, usually when we're boning stuff out, use our hands a lot. The hand that doesn't have the knife in it. And we kind of feel around to see where we're at with stuff. Does that make sense? And then once we can see, then we can always keep in our knives. And this is a boning knife, right? Boning knives come in different flexes, see? This is a relatively flexible knife, unlike a French knife, which is hardly flexible at all, except for the very, very tip. And that allows me to bend around bones, okay? I can almost use it like a spatula. Gotta be careful up here because we're coming into that shoulder bone. See how that's fat separate? I'm not cutting through meat. I'm cutting through just fat. And that's the key right there. Right? There's our tenderloin. I'm going to show you how to get the rest of that meat off of there. We can do that now, or we can wait. Okay, next we want to take the meat off of this whole wrap. Okay? These are the spare ribs, or the baby back ribs, I should say. And this part's easy. All I gotta do is come down this bone. This side's much more difficult because I can't see where to cut. I can feel these bones, so I'm better off starting where I can see. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna start off cutting at that end. So my last bone here, I'm just gonna start cutting down. I'm not worried about leaving too much meat on the bone because I'm using those as ribs, right? So I'm not worried about really taking everything off, especially this top part. When I get down to the meat of this, though, I got to be very, very careful so I don't cut into the actual loin.
So are we carving a whole one of these?
No, you're not going to have to process it at all, other than just portioning. Now I come down and there's another bone. So if you flip this over, you're going to see they have all these bones to contend with and taking this thing out of here as well. And that's what's going to make it a little bit tricky. Okay. Now I have to come down to these feather bones. And I have to do that by sticking my thumb in there. If you want to come on this side to see this, you can. See, I'm sticking my thumb in there. Then I can just sort of like get my knife and kind of get as close to it as I can. There's one there, another one right here.
Yeah, right there.
I just want to get it started.
Okay.
I can feel it with my finger first. And once I get them separated a little bit, then I can start to come all the way down to the chine.
And is that from that bone that's sticking out right there at the end?
Yes, that's all going to come off at the same time.
Okay.
It's a little bit tricky down here. Now, Chef Nzinga wants this end of it for his charcuterie class, so we want to get that off. Now, I could get a saw, cut this off, and give it to him with the bone, but I know he's going to use it without the bone, so I might as well try to take it off. So there's the end of the bone. Let's try to peel it back.